Thank you, Jonah.
Jeremy first came up with the idea for Jonah in 2008, but we lacked the resources to produce the vision. But through God's greatness, He allowed us to start production in January of 2011. First, we had to write the script. Jeremy did a lot of research to make it as historically accurate as possible. King Ashur-dan III was believed to be the king of Assyria at the time, and there are documents of plagues that fell on Nineveh shortly before Jonah preached to them. After writing the script, we jumped right into filming. God has blessed us with a garage, or as we like to call it, our studio, where we have our green screen. Most of the movie was shot here.
This is our studio in the garage. Our studio is cold.
Since we filmed in the dead of winter, we had to use heaters to keep our actors from freezing. Next, we had to gather costumes and props. We had masks and wigs for our background characters. All the props and costumes cluttered our den for months. Then, we went to work crafting. We created, we sewed, we painted. Here's us painting a black magician's chair to become the king's throne. And here's the set for the merchant scene.
We built it out of wooden dowels, blankets, some old rope. I think every one of Chrissy's necklaces from her jewelry bag, along with some from her grandma's and mother's, I believe. And of course we have all of her perfume bottles and such. We are building the set for the cabin boy.
We also use nets, ropes, styrofoam, pots, baskets, and all sorts of other props to incorporate into our digital backgrounds. We'll talk about the digital backgrounds later.
The hard work that goes into making a movie like this is just unbelievable. You don't have time to do anything.
Now, I'd like to talk about our wonderful actors.
Jonah!
Yeah!
Jonah and the whale.
I'm gonna be swallowed by a whale.
We had 26 actors in the movie, and we had a lot of fun with all of them. We had a lot of robes that our church graciously let us borrow, and we had to find the right costume to match each character in the movie.
Guys, hey, look.
Hi. Ninevite. This might be my costume. Isn't it beautiful with the brown shoes?
Mm-hmm.
Fashion statement.
I don't know what to say. It's my first movie that I've ever done. When I tried out for the script, you know, Jeremy was like, "You're a natural," and I believe him.
What more can I say? There's nothing to be added to that.
Of course, some of our actors had to endure a lot more than others,
Well, the other days you'll be dressed in different costumes.
like Cliff, who played the king. We painted his beard and spray painted his hair black. Gordon, who played Jonah, had liquid latex on his face to give his skin a dried, peeling look. Gordon was also the only actor who had a stunt double.
You have to do what you have to do to get the shot.
And what I had to do was climb on the roof to film, and Jeremy had to trim the tree.
Let me look.
All so we could get this security camera shot. All our actors had to memorize their lines.
And
Put a little emotion? Yes. Terrible story.
Yes.
Each actor and each day was an adventure.
We had a scheduled shoot today with one of our actors at 8 a.m. The time now is 9:50 a.m. He slept in. So, Christy and I, who skipped breakfast, are now heading to McDonald's before he arrives.
Here's me waving an orange light at Chris, who played the noble. This is how we created the look of a flame on the noble's face. We did the same thing with Stephen the guard.
I am the torch. I am the light.
I shook the light to look like a flame, and then we added a digital flame in later. Remember Jeremy's weatherman scene? Jeremy poured water all over himself in our 30 degrees studio.
The things we do for the craft.
Then I held a leaf blower to him to obtain the effect of a great wind. Filming was a lot of work, but we always had time for a little fun.
Yeah, it's all your fault. You started it. Okay.
You should have cards where they can use them.
cue cards.
Seriously, cue cards.
Now kiss. Say cheese. Too bad. It looked better.
I will stare.
Yes, she did. Everyone just
I will go, look, there is a camera.
We started filming the 1st of February and wrapped up mid-April. Here are some people that you may not have noticed, but they are in the background of a lot of different scenes. Jeremy and I were actually several background characters.
I am playing the servant.
Man. Boy.
So, let's talk about the backgrounds for a minute. Would you imagine that this image right here, along with this image, plus this rope, and this pulley, and Sam, and Dustin, plus our actor Brandon, would turn into this? Let me show you how it works. One way is to take an uncopyrighted image, such as this one. But we can't have a modern man in the background, and the wall is crumbling. So we do a little Photoshop work. We fix the wall and remove the man. Then we add some digital sheep. We film my dear friend Miranda pulling up a bucket, then film my darling sister Cassie, and voila! I'll show you another one. This one, we filmed the background at Milton Lake. But we had to make it look like an ocean. So Jeremy did his magic and created an ocean. Then we filmed some model ships. We used the shots of us as background characters and added all that to the ocean. Then we filmed Jim as the boat captain and a seaport shot.
Oh, you're looking at it?
Here's some other background Ninevites. My dad took pictures while we were on vacation in Florida, visiting Universal Studios and the Holy Land experience. We combined all these pictures to create this marketplace shot. Here's a quick recap of all the layers Jeremy used to create the king's background. I'd love to show you more, but we really don't have time to show you all the steps we took to produce this movie. Then came the editing. Hours and hours of editing. We estimate that between Jeremy and I, and all the writing, crafting, gathering, casting, filming, editing, and graphics, we put in about 1,000 hours. We started writing the script in January and finished production mid-May. And that was a small peek into the making of Jonah.